Thank you so much for attending my presentation about surprisingly good competitive Pokemon, and first let's talk about Sunflora. To put it bluntly, this guy is awful. It's a slow, frail, somewhat weak mono grass type. It doesn't even have supportive moves like Sleep Powder or Stun Spore. The only area it looks decent at is coverage, where Sunflora can take advantage of Earth Power and Sludge Bomb, but in one format only, it becomes an absurd wall breaker. Random battles. In random battles, Pokemon are balanced by their levels, but are adjusted based on win rates. If a Pokemon wins a lot, its level goes down, and vice versa. Since Sunflora sucks ass, it's all the way at 100, where its 1 of 5 special attack becomes very deadly. Choice Spec Sleep Storm is one of the strongest attacks in the meta, and can even chunk resistant targets. Check out this Leafeon, which is almost always getting 2 KO'd. Bronzong's Bulk and Steel typing can't save it here, as it's losing over a third of its health. Even Metagross can't switch in, taking over half. Of course, its coverage is still amazing, and somehow its defenses become decent too. All around an amazing success story. Murkrow was a top tier mod in early Gen 9 VGC, and it's pretty obvious why. It's all because of Prankster, getting Tailwind up before every Pokemon not named Talonflame. But the bird's move pool is extremely diverse, and it can do a lot of unique things even in later formats. First is on weather teams. This peaked in Regulation C, as Murkrow could manually set Sun for Paradox attackers. Teams that couldn't really fit Torkoal turned to Murkrow as a faster supportive option. Haze could be run to stop Dundozos, boosting shenanigans risk-free with Prankster. The fish was fucked up, especially in the first 3 formats, and having a safe way to deal with its stat buffs was really important. Surprisingly, it also ran attacking moves. Foul Play was the most common, using the opponent's attack stat, but Murkrow itself could also dish out some damage. With investment in Brave Bird, flying weak Pokemon like Amoonguss took a hefty amount of damage. You don't really see Quash that often, but Murkrow could use it. This move forces the target to move last that turn, for example a frail attacker, and leaves them open for your partner. Finally, Feather Dance, which lowers the target's attack by 2 stages. Even though it's the most niche move on this list, it can be a giant pain in the ass for physical attackers Great Tusk, Iron Hands, and Palafin. Porygon Z's place in singles has always been awkward. Its special attack is absurd at 135, but it's somewhat slow, defensively mediocre at best, and the normal typing isn't exactly fantastic offensively, but the advent of Z moves gave it new life. There are 2 different ones it can run. The first, while more flashy, is at this point considered to be worse. Z conversion is a powerful move, giving out an Omni Boost. After that though, it only gets 2 move choices, oftentimes foregoing stab for Ice Beam and Thunderbolt, with the last slot being Recover. This can just win games, but if it's not able to get the sweep done after buffing its stats, Porygon Z becomes dead weight. Z Hyper Beam is even more potent when done right. This 200 base power stab move, ignoring the possibility of a Nasty Plot boost, doesn't really care about your stats. It'll tear through just about anything. After that, some combination of Tri-Attack for consistency, coverage for ghost types, and agility for speed keeps it going on offense. While Porygon Z had been on a downturn, this jumped into the underused ban list and even gave it real OU viability. After this, it would go down to NUBL in Gen 8 and then NU proper in Gen 9. Post Shedtail ban, Earthworm was a sad creature. With the highs of a fantastic place in overuse to the lows of ZU, its rise and fall was well documented. Thankfully, in VGC, things were turning around for the better. Its unique combination of traits was legitimately amazing. First, its ability Earth Eater made it completely immune to ground moves as a steel type. This let it pair well with Earthquake users like Garchomp, healing off of their powerful spread attacks. Second, access to Iron Defense plus Body Press with a base 145 defense gave it real damage output. And third, of course, Shedtail, which could enable teammates. All of this gave it a few seasons of glory, doing especially well in Break C. It would actually get some solid results. Earthworm won the Hong Kong Nationals with Dragon Dance Dragonite and got top 4 at Milwaukee alongside, oh, hey, another Dragon Dance Dragonite. The worm has sadly fallen off again, but after all this, that's honestly okay. In conclusion, just because a Pokemon is struggling or even downright bad, it's not worthless. No matter how poor they are, except for like Cascoon or something, they'll have something cool to do. Thank you so much for watching.